It's that time. It is that time. It's that time for another SJPORR experiment beer review. And who's up to bat today? It's SuperSpak. Ian, we've got your beer here. There are a couple notes. This is an oatmeal coffee brown ale. So we've got another coffee brown ale, so this will be interesting. This is a 12 ounce of Munich, so that seems like his addition. 10 ounces of chocolate malt, I guess, and his Sumatra coffee extract that he added to the base. So this should be interesting. Another coffee beer. I sure liked the last one. Let's see what we've got here. All right, so this one is more like a brown ale, whereas the one from my compadre in Wisconsin, his was pretty dark. I mean, if it was a little thicker, I would have said it was a stout instead of a brown ale. But this does have brown hues in it, and a lot of carbonation. Look at all the carbonation rising up. I don't know if you can really see all that. There you go. So very well carbonated. Although I really don't have much head, so that's interesting. I mean, it's really dissipated to just kind of a ring around the sides at this point. All right, let's get a nose. Well, there's no missing the coffee on this one. Nice, and it does have the aroma of a brown ale, so you were able to capture that. That little bit of chocolate malt that you added in, yep, indeed it's on there, 10 ounces. That has definitely made an impression on this. I get the coffee, I get the chocolate. Let me see if I get anything else off of this. You know, the sniffer is just not pulling up really anything else, but it has a really nice balance to it in the aroma, I have to say. It's not overpowering, but it is there. It's a definite there. It's really nice. All right, in the end, it's about the taste, so cheers. That's nice. It's really light. I am surprised how light the body is on this. And I could probably tell it might have been that way from the color, but I feel like the body on this almost feels lighter than a lot of the light beers where they just did it off the base. It truly feels lighter than most of the base beers. It's an amazingly clean tasting beer as well. I mean, I get a little bit of the coffee hanging around at the end. A very mild bitter, very mild. It's almost like kind of crisp, which is nothing like any of the other beers. They've all had a little more thickness, almost a little more chew, I would say. Well, this is a pleasing beer. It's truly a brown. It truly is a brown ale. So first, I want to compliment you that you matched the style that you described. I mean, this is an oatmeal coffee brown ale. Well, I'm gonna say it's a brown ale coffee brown. When I think of oatmeal, I think of it getting a little more chew, which it doesn't have, but otherwise it's really nice. It has a nice balance to it. It's a really easy drinking beer. Super plus there. I'm really appreciating that. Boy, I'm smacking this and gurgling this thing. Really trying to analyze it. There's a slight bitterness, and I was trying to detect if it came from the coffee. Certainly some of it does, but not really. I mean, you did a really good job with the coffee, because I'm just really, you know, honestly, I can't say that I'm necessarily getting coffee bitterness. That could be the hops. It's just too hard to detect. So really, you did a fine job. I have to say, I'm quite impressed. And I'm not as big of a brown ale fan. I mean, I am more of the porters and the stouts, but I'm digging on this. This is, Ian, you did a good job. This is a nice beer. All right, it's rating time. That's always the tough part on this whole thing, especially with home brews. All right, so we already know it's just not, it didn't really ever have a head, although it's well carbonated. So I can swirl, I can kind of get something up. I could be real aggressive with this, but it's not going to really build. So, I mean, there were things that you could have done for that, you know, and you know them. Everyone knows them probably. But the Carafoam or Carapills, you could have maybe put a little bit of that in there. You could have maybe put in torrefied wheat, something I've mentioned. I know a lot of people haven't ever tried. And that would have helped with head. The carbonation, I think, is possibly a little high for the style, but I would say it's within the range. It's on the high end of the range. The color is really within guidelines. In this category, you know, it was a hit and a miss. Slightly over carbonated, no head really. Color's good. The body's a little light, but that's okay for brown ale. So, back and forth. I'm going to give you about a 7 in this area on the category. All right, the nose or the aroma, a category 2, and I just got through sniffing it a little bit again. There was a really nice aroma on this. It's not overpowering, not strong. It really is within the brown category. I thought you did a really nice job. I'd say that's kind of like a solid B kind of a rating. And maybe it's a little higher with my scale, probably B+. I'm giving you an 8 for the aroma. Taste. The taste is very nice. It really, truly, it's a brown ale. You did a good job. Of course, you know, I mean, there's no category for oatmeal coffee brown. Not in the judging standards. But nonetheless, the taste on this, it's very nice. It's a very good taste. Again, I'd say it's that B+ category. You did a nice job. It's very balanced. You could probably do some tweaks. I'm sure you could make this a better beer than it is. But overall, I'm really liking this. So one more time, I'm giving you an 8 on the taste. So here it is. You'll see different bottles with him. I think it's just the sticker on the top that mattered. This is SuperSpak's Oatmeal Coffee Brown Ale. His overall score is going to be a 7.7. Cheers to you, sir. Well played. Nicely done. A good tasting beer. I'm going to more slowly sip the rest of this and enjoy it. So this is Kevin from Clement's Homebrew signing out saying I'll be seeing you soon. I'm sure tomorrow with the next SJPORR Experiment Beer Review. Cheers, everyone. So very well carbureted. Carbureted.